Hi everybody, I'm so excited to have y'all in this group. I think it's going to be such an awesome fitness program. I'm so glad that it's launching, and I'm so excited that we were able to get be a part of this and get everybody in this group. It's definitely going to be a program that is mom friendly, busy mom friendly, and it's something that it's all doable as long as we just have the right mindset and work together and support each other. So with this plan, there is going to be a specific nutrition plan and a specific fitness plan, and they are key to work together, because if you just have one or you just have the other, it's not going to get you the results that the test group had. And definitely the test group results is what kind of sparks everyone's interest. So with this, the nutrition plan is just as important as the 4 days a week that you are working out. Now, you will have 2 cheat days. Now, they technically do say cheat day, but you do not cheat all day. You just have 1 or 2 cheat things, either whether it be a sweet or a salty that you enjoy. So, but the rest of the time you will actually stay with this particular nutrition plan. So, if anybody has done any other type of Beachbody program, most of you are familiar with portion containers. If you are not familiar with portion containers, or you don't currently have them, not a problem. Don't stress out. They can actually be converted over into cups, cups, teaspoons, half cup measurements. I have all of that for you, so don't stress out. Don't think that you don't have what you need. But I do want to show you exactly what it looks like if you do have the containers. So whenever the post that I made below is going to show you all of the options as far as which plan you're going to be on for whenever you start. Now, it is going to be your current starting weight, and if that embarrasses you, don't worry about it. Nobody needs to know what plan you're on except you. Unless you feel comfortable with sharing, then definitely let's share, or if you have questions about it, please let me know. But it is your starting weight, not your goal weight, that you actually go off of. So what it is this is the greens are going to be your veggies, and it doesn't look like very much, but whenever you go to actually fill this up, it is a lot of food. Purple is going to be, I don't know that that's actually clean. Sorry. Purple is going to be your fruits. And this doesn't look like much until you go to eat. I can actually get almost 8 large strawberries cut up in this, and that is a lot of strawberries. Then this is going to be your proteins. This is going to be your carbohydrates, and that is going to be like sweet potatoes. Now, I don't expect, if you're going to have a wrap, like a flaxseed wrap or something like that, definitely I don't expect you to chop into little pieces, stick it in here, and then try to wrap it again. Obviously not. So you would just count it, the full wrap in one big thing as their carbs. And this is going to be your healthy fats. And then this is going to be your like dressings or your nut butters and things like that. So, thought I lost my dog. He's right there. Okay, so on here, what it's going to say is you are actually going to have a certain amount of greens and a certain amount of, purple, red, blue. Now, during the day, the way this works is, so for breakfast, if a lot of times for breakfast, I like to have my Shakeology, which most everybody got the vegan vanilla. And the reason why I suggested vegan vanilla for everybody is because I have like 4 or 5 of my favorite recipes that I will post, and it can be made into any flavor that you want. It can be made into chocolate, more like a snickerdoodle, a really good berry flavor. There's all different kinds that you can turn it into versus just getting the specific flavor itself. So it's versatile, and you won't ever get bored. That's why I love the vegan vanilla. So with that, I normally have my shake every morning. So the actual physical shake powder would be considered 1 protein. So with that shake powder, my favorite recipe is I like to add 1 cup of spinach, which you will learn it does not taste at all in your shakes, but it's definitely gets you that extra veggie. And spinach itself is actually very lean, and it's going to give you those feminine, really toned abs. So the more spinach you can have, the better. So I'll have my protein powder. I have my half a cup of spinach. Now on this, like, I love blueberries. I love the color purple, and I love blueberries. You'll learn that about me. But blueberries are smaller, so I can have a huge handful of blueberries, and it'll only be about half of this. That's how big this cup actually is. So I usually have half a serving of this particular cup. Now I think on, like, if you're in the conversions, it's either like half or 3/4. I think it's 3/4. Then at that point you would just take the 3/4 in half, and then that's what your conversion would be. So at this point in my shake, I have my blueberries, I have my shake powder, and I have my spinach. So then I also love to add a little bit of nut butter, and I love almond butter. I think it tastes just creamy and it is so good. So this is what I add to it as well. And this would also be considered, like, if you put your shakes with almond milk or something like that. In your nutrition guide that came with your packet, it actually explains, like, if you want to base almond milk, regular milk, or water, depending on what it is, it counts as a carb as well. So with that, I actually am not going to have any of these two in my shakes. I'm only going to use these containers. And so what I would do is I would take my starting number that I'm supposed to have every day, and I would just mark off one of those numbers, and I would just continue to go on. So this would be my breakfast. Now for my snack, what I could suggest is, for example, I would take a good snack that I really enjoy that's easy on the go, especially if I'm working or with the kids, is United has the apples that are the small. They're called kid apples, but they're the perfect size to that is like half. Two of them is one whole one of these purple containers, and one is actually the perfect half. So like for my shake, I had the blueberries, and then the other half I'm going to have the small. I like the green apples from Market Street. So then I would have my green apple, and I would have my almond butter or regular peanut butter, and I would actually have that as my snack for midday. So then for lunch, so then I would mark these two off. I've had a whole purple then for the day, and then I've had one of my nut butters. And I think on the plan I'm at, I think I only get one nut butter, so I can actually save it either for my snack, or I could save this for dressing if I wanted salad or something else during the day. So then for lunch, I could focus on my greens. I could have some more protein. I could have chicken. I could have turkey. I could have anything I wanted. I love flaxseed wraps. I get them at Marcus Sam's. I'll actually be posting those. Are my favorite. And the whole wrap itself, this thing is like huge. But because it's made primarily out of flaxseed, it only counts as just one of these, which is really cool because you are fuller, and you feel like you're eating a whole lot, but you're still under your portion containers and your calories. So then something I love is I love to make avocado. I love to squish up avocado, put a little bit of oil in it, just olive oil, to make it a little bit more smoother. And then that is what I put on there versus having ranch or something else that's going to actually take away my teaspoons. I bring in my healthy fat. So that particular wrap, it would be a flaxseed wrap with avocado dressing, and it would have turkey and cheese, and then I could even add some green onion or some more spinach to it. And I have this huge lunch that I'm going to get full on and be really full. And sometimes it's even hard to finish it, but that is key. You do want to finish all of these portions because eating too less is just as important as not eating enough. So then I would mark all of that off, so that at that point I've had breakfast, I've had my shake for breakfast, I've had my midday snack, and then I've had my lunch, which was my wrap. So then I can have, whatever I want for my midday snack. I usually try to eat some sort of veggie if I can, just because normally you have more veggies than anything else. If not, that's okay, just whatever you decide. Something that is really good, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but broccoli dipped in ranch is so good. So good. So some days, instead of having like my almond butter with my apples, I'll just eat my apples by themselves, and then I will save my ranch and I have a good brand that doesn't have all the chemicals and junk in it. So I can have my broccoli and ranch, and I just like the raw broccoli or carrots. I'm actually allergic to carrots, but my boys love the carrots, and my daughter, so they can have that too. Then for dinner, I just see what I have left by the end of the day, and that is actually what I need to have for the end of the day. And that's just kind of what I base my dinner off of. If I have fruit left over, or if I have some spinach left over, or if I forgot my healthy fat for the day, I'll add that in there somehow. And within the nutrition guide, you'll actually see there are so many options of things that you can actually do. I will tell you right now though, because in this program you're wanting to look slim and trim, the only thing that would kind of get mixed up as far as like a carb and a veggie, sweet potatoes, I would count those more as carbs versus veggies because it's more of a potato, so it's not going to get that lean feminine look that we're wanting out of this program. So just a heads up whenever you choose sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes with cinnamon and with them toasted and or kind of boiled in the oven. So they're definitely a good choice, but just go more for this choice. Okay, so Elizabeth, great question. No, you do not have to have containers for this plan. Now, if you already had some, perfect. But if you don't, that's fine. In the post below, it's the very last picture that I posted, is how you convert your containers over to regular cups, half cups, and sizes. Because the thing about it is most people who have been with Beachbody's been around. This was their 10-year anniversary for coaching and things. So after 10 years, most people have multiple container stacks. So with this particular program, they decided to make it a little bit cheaper for coaches to start and not include these container sizes. Now, if you decide that it is just too much work to try to go from, 1 cup of, if you're looking for 1 cup of veggie and it'd be easier just to have this green versus measuring out a cup, you can definitely purchase those. I think it's like $12 to get all of these. Super, super. I need
Can I break my Lego?
no go.
Can I break that?
Okay, so with that being said, I am doing a drawing, so I'll go ahead and spoil the surprise. Tonight, you have through tonight and through Friday, and I'll actually give it till Saturday so you can kind of get the ball rolling. And try to set you up like your first week's meal plan. So what that means is go through on just a notebook sheet of paper and try to figure out some of your favorite things that you like to eat. And I'll be posting multiple recipes to kind of jog your memory and kind of get creative. But if you can actually figure out what you're going to have for the first week, and that's going to be breakfast. Colt, come here. Go in there. You're distracting. That's my youngest. That's Colt. Okay, so if you can figure out for the first week, kind of have a game plan. We are going to eat these dinners. I'm going to cook this chicken in the crock pot tonight, and it's going to be for this Monday night and Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to cook XYZ, and on Friday, we're going to do another 2-nighter, Thursday and Friday with the crock pot again. For breakfast, I'm going to choose, I don't know which Shakeology that I'm going to love the most, but I'm going to try these 3 options for these 5 options. It's going to be 3, but I'm going to mix them up into 5 days to figure out which Shakeology recipe I love the best. And these are going to be my snacks all week, and they can be the same one Monday through Friday, or they can, be mixed up and then afternoon snacks. When you first sit down, it's going to seem overwhelming. It's okay. It is okay. I promise it is okay. It's going to feel overwhelming and it's going to feel too much. That is where I want you to stop. I want you to breathe, and I want you to message me. I want to walk you through where you're struggling. I want you to walk you through your question right then so I can help you through it. Because sometimes when you try to get going and you're frustrated on trying to figure out which container goes where and how do I subtract them, you forget your question or exactly where you're stuck, and that question never gets answered. So please, while you're trying to figure this out, or while you're trying to plan meals and more healthier versions for you and your family, definitely send me a message right then. So first of all, step 1, look in the post previous from this video and actually see where you start, and that's going to be your current weight is where you start. Step 2, go ahead and figure out, if you do not have portion containers, decide, do I want to purchase containers and you'll have them by Monday, Tuesday at probably the latest if they're ordered. If you decide you do want to have the containers because it'll be easier for your brain, OCD or whatever, I mean, I understand. So I prefer the containers too, so that's not a problem. If you want them, get with me today and I will help you order them. If not, make sure you have the conversion chart, which actually shows you If you have 1 cup, if you have 1 green that day, then that means 1 cup of veggies, 1 cup of spinach, 1 cup of broccoli, and that can be split up into, like, say, broccoli and carrots combined, and zucchini for dinner and broccoli for my snack. That can be, broken up, but as long as you have 1 whole cup of a veggie. If the conversion chart is perfect for you, make sure that we understand it. Make sure that we have a measuring cup, ways to actually measure it out during the day. So that's going to be then the next step that you're actually going to do is try to start figuring out what you enjoy, what kind of fruits you enjoy, what kind of things you like to have. I will tell you, if you can stay with foods that are higher in omega-3 fatty acids, which I will post exactly what those are going to be coniferous vegetables that are going to be cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, things like that, and Brussels sprouts. Those are going to be great veggies for you, as well as berries for your fruit versus choosing like a banana. Apples aren't too bad, but bananas, the thing about this program is we're wanting to look lean and trim, and bananas have a lot of healthy, kind of, it's a healthy fat, but it does have a lot of fat that is really good for children, like growing bones and things. So for this particular program, if you stay away more from the bananas and have like any kind of berry is good, and more apples, and citrus fruits are okay, but they are packed with lots and lots of natural sugar. So, and that doesn't always process good, especially if it's going to be like an off day, like a cheat day or an off day that you're not working out. That sugar would just kind of sit and wouldn't get burned from your workout. So just being smart in what you're choosing is going to be really important too. So if this sounds overwhelming, breathe. It actually is a lot simpler than you think. And once you get going, and once you get the ball rolling, and once you make your first real week's worth of meal plans in just 5 days, don't worry about the weekends. Those can kind of be flexible with what you have going on or vacations. But try to sit down and for week 1, starting Monday through Friday, figure out your breakfast. And it can be the Shakeology, that's fine. Or if you want that to be your midday snack and you want, I have a really great turkey sausage and egg and cheese muffin that I pre-make like on Sundays and eat through the week. The kids love them too. That could be your breakfast. If you actually want physical, chewing for breakfast, that's totally fine. Do it and you could actually even, if you're not sure what you want for breakfast, try one day shake for breakfast and try the next day an egg and cheese thing for breakfast, the muffin, and then maybe Shakeology for, your snack that day. So, just mix it up and depending to see what you prefer, because it is all about you enjoying this and it not feeling like you're being without. If you feel like you're without or you're deprived, that's when the mind kind of starts going, oh, I can't do this, and starts stressing. So don't feel deprived. If you ever feel deprived in this, please, please, please message me. And you are not going to bug me, I promise. Please message me and let me know that, it's the certain plan you're on isn't working, or maybe if you're feeling too hungry, maybe we need to bump up one plan. And if you bump up one plan, that doesn't mean that you're overweight or you're gaining weight. What that means is you are totally killing it in the workouts and you are burning so many calories, your body can't compensate with the lower plan, and you need to bump up and have a few more calories. So, sometimes bumping up can be a positive thing. It truly can. So with that being said, I will be posting throughout the day tips on making your first meal plan and some meal options. And so I think that would be the great way to start first, is getting this meal plan figured out, because definitely the nutrition part of this is going to give you that tone, lean, all those abs that you're going to be making in this program are going to be showing and shining because of this nutrition plan, I promise. Okay, well, if you have any questions, please get with me, or feel free to comment below. You don't always have to private message me, because if you feel comfortable in posting a comment or a question below, I promise if you have that question, somebody else does too, and that person who sees it is going to be like, thank you. I thought the same thing. So what that does is it builds the team rapport, and it builds the bonding, and it just allows everybody to trust each other more and support each other more. So whatever it is, feel free to ask the question either way, posting in the group or private messaging me. So this was the nutrition plan explained for Lift 4, and I'm so excited to get started with y'all. Bye guys.